Hello and welcome to Volume 1 of Tom's TERRORific Tales. I may do more of these depending on if I can sleep after this recording. Hopefully I don't get nightmares. Hopefully you don't get nightmares. Anyway, let's get going. Story number 1. The Reflection. Marcus loved to check himself out in the bathroom mirror before bed every night. However, one night, the reflection lingered too long after he stepped away. It didn't blink, it didn't move, and when he finally shouted at it to stop, it just looked back at him and smiled. Not a normal smile, a wide, weird smile. Marcus felt her hand touch his shoulder, and he quickly spun around. No one was there. He turned back to the mirror, and his reflection was completely gone. That was alright. That was quite scary. But we're going to ramp it up now. Okay, this next one has been sent in by someone anonymous. I don't know who. It might be a bit crap. We'll just have to find out. Story number 2. Banana 16. One day, there was this French girl from France, and she went into an Aldo supermarket. She usually buys a bunch of bananas that are £1.20 usually. But however, on this fateful day, that is not what happened. She picked up the bunch of bananas and took them over to the self-checkout. But after she scanned them, it only said 16p. And she's like, this is weird. 16p for bananas that usually cost £1.20. Something strange is going on here. Anyway, she opens her purse, and inside she has exactly 16 pence. So she inserts the first 10p, then a 2p, then another 2p, then the final 2p she enters. But something strange and mysterious happens after that. The final 2p, was rejected, and it came out and landed on the floor. And she's like, well, I'll just have to try it again, surely. She bends down, but as she gets closer to the 2p that fell on the floor, she realises there's something very strange about it. It's got no details at all. It's just a blank copper coin. Until she picks it up and flips it over, and on the other side, ingrained with a banana. It is ingrained with a banana on the other side of the coin. She tries to put it in again, but it just gets rejected again. And the third time she does it, instead of rejecting the coin, a receipt pops out. And it's a weird smiley face on the receipt. And also a picture of a banana. And she takes the 16p bananas and leaves. And every single time she returns to the Aldo store, she hears the receipt calling her name out. And it's really spooky. That was a bit of a weird one. I don't know who sent that in. It wasn't even that scary. That's very strange. Anyway, let's move on to a real scary story now. A real spooky one, can I say? Story number 3. Story number 3. This is a true one. This is an original, based on true events story. Story number 3. The Dead Jonesy. I was playing Fortnite late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. Way past when the servers should have been dead. It was almost 3 a.m. and I was alone in my room. The only light coming from my monitor was the glow of Fortnite. Anyway, I queued for a solo zero build game, but instead of loading normally, my screen just faded into a completely empty island. No battle bus, no sky, no chug jugs to be seen anywhere. Just a blank, monochrome version of the map with everything stripped away, like the textures hadn't even loaded. At first, I thought it was a glitch, but then I saw something move in the distance. It was a player. But this was no ordinary player. There was no name above their head, no skin, just the default Jonesy. Except his model looked very, very wrong. His arms were too long, and his head was slightly tilted, as if he'd been hung. However, he was still stood upright, and he was covered in blood. I tried opening my menu to leave the match, but the mouse was moving on its own. All the options were greyed out, and only a big spectate button remained. I had no choice but to click it. The dead Jonesy turned slowly and looked directly into the camera, like he knew I was watching. He then started walking towards me, but unnaturally slowly. He was dragging each leg forward. His mic icon flickered, even though I wasn't in a party. And the voice that came through wasn't distorted. It was just tired and angry. "You shouldn't be here," Jonesy screamed. I quickly unplugged my headphones, but the voice kept playing through my speakers. The island grew darker and eerier with each step he took. I tried to close the game, but my mouse wouldn't leave the window. It had a mind of its own. And then the kill feed appeared. Tom was lost to the storm. Tom was lost to the storm. Tom was lost to the storm. Name after name. All the players named Tom. My name. Jonesy was closer now. His face was rapidly twitching. It was stretched into something that barely resembled a smile. The storm started closing in, even though the match hadn't even started yet. But finally, the game crashed to the desktop. I thought it was over. But still, sometimes late at night, I still hear that evil Jonesy voice coming through my speakers. "You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have left." Even when my computer is turned off. Oh boy, that was a creepy one. I hope you guys don't have nightmares because of this. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I hope you found these as scary as I did. And I hope you don't run into an evil Jonesy.